Chapter 189. Fight. The reason Princess Yunqiao and the Xue sisters had an argument and even fought was that the butler of the Ninth Lord's estate had come out to say that the Ninth Imperial Uncle had no time to see the Xue sisters. Didn't it mean that these sisters were here for the Ninth Imperial Uncle? Thinking of this, Princess Yunqiao was enraged. Furthermore, she had come with the Empress's imperial decree, but had yet to successfully enter the Ninth Lord's estate, causing her more frustration. The more she looked at the Xue sisters, the more she disliked them. She might as well vent her anger on them. How dare they try to snatch the Ninth Imperial Uncle from her? They were courting death. Xu Qinglin and Xu Qinglin were not pushovers either. They counterattacked after getting scolded by Princess Yunqiao. The three of them were arrogant and not mature enough, so none of them was willing to back down. Everyone wanted to take revenge and started fighting whenever they felt like it. In the end, for some reason, the matter escalated until they were thrown onto the streets by the people from the Ninth Lord's estate. However, they were still confused. This was the second time that Princess Yunqiao had been refused entry. Furthermore, she had been thrown out in a sorry state despite possessing the Empress's imperial decree, making her feel especially humiliated. She lost her rationality and let out her anger on the Xue sisters. "It's all your fault. If it weren't for you, how could I have been thrown out? Even without us, you'd still be thrown out. Don't think that just because you have the Empress's imperial decree, you can really enter the Ninth Lord's estate. Even if you do, you still might not see the Ninth Imperial Uncle. T'll tear your mouths apart. We still don't know who will rip whose mouth yet." Humiliated, the three women had a belly full of emotions. They lost their reason and started fighting again right on the streets. Princess Yunqiao had a spirit refining realm cultivation level, and Xu Qinglin and Xu Qinglin also had similar cultivations. They were both in the spirit refining realm, but Princess Yunqiao's cultivation level was a little higher, so she was not at a disadvantage against two people. It was precisely because their strengths were equal that the battle was intense. The battle continued without a clear victor. From East Street to West Street, many shops were damaged and even some pedestrians were injured. However, as it was a matter involving the Duke of Hongyi's estate and the Xue family, the patrolling guards did not dare to interfere. They only reported it upward and waited for the higher-ups to settle it. The bystanders also did not want to meddle in others' business. Therefore, the three women fought for a long time, but no one stopped them. They just kept fighting. As they fought, they actually reached the main street where Xue Fanxin was, causing a considerable commotion. Xue Fanxin had never expected to meet these three idiots here. She really could not avoid them. "Your Highness, you were right. They've really started fighting, and it seems very intense." Fu Yun and Xue Fanxin were sitting in a tofu pudding snack shop, eating and watching them tussle on the street. Everything that had happened today was related to fighting. Chi. To think that they have the cheek to say that their talent is not bad with their skills. Look at those three idiots. Their footwork is all over the place, and their bottoms are unstable. Their basic skills are terrible, Xue Fanxin commented as she watched. Although she had never seen Princess Yunqiao and had no impression of the Xue sisters, she could guess their identities. At that moment, Princess Yunqiao knocked away a large shop sign by the street, wanting to use it to smash the Xue sisters. The Xue sisters quickly dodged when they saw the large signboard coming their way. However, the huge signboard did not hit anyone, nor did anyone catch it. It just kept going forward. A little girl in tattered clothes was suddenly pushed by someone and thrown onto the street, right on the path of the signboard. Scared witless, she sat on the ground, not knowing what to do. The crowd did not dare to save her. After all, it was a conflict between the Duke of Hongyi and the Xue family. If they stepped out, they would definitely be involved in the fight. Coincidentally, the little girl had fallen not far from Xue Fanxin. She did not hesitate to use her light body kung fu to fly out and protect the little girl behind her. Then, she summoned her Zuyu sword and slashed the large signboard in half. The two pieces flew out, smashing right at the Zhu sisters.